Thanks for tuning in to Bourbon Drop. I'm your host, Myron. Today, we've got the 1792 Cognac finish. Now, I'm not going to do a bottle drop. If you've seen one, you've seen them all. They did not change anything on the bottle but the band. Now, the only one that I don't have up here, I won't say the only one because I don't have 12 year, which has a gray label, and I don't have the single barrel, which is more of a tan label. But the bottle really doesn't change, man. They may say some different things on the back. I've never actually read the back of them to see if there's anything different. Yeah, it looks like they do say some different things on the back. However, I recently shot a video that featured this bottle, which was the Thomas S. More Cognac finish, seeing that if it was a possible replacement for this bottle, not having this bottle at the time, got maybe 1 or 2 thumbs downs on that video. And, you know, people were a little upset saying that, you know, maybe you can't say that it can be a replacement, when I did say that, hey, I really don't have the true bottle, but I'm just telling you if this is worth picking up. So I get it. Some of you guys were a little upset. We are going to get into this thing. Shout out to Steve from Wilderness and Whiskey for helping me acquire this bottle. And shout out to my man, Scott, for telling me that these were at the Knicks of Clinton, because I was able to swing by and get one. Now, not only did I pick this up at the Knicks of Clinton, but I picked up the 126 proof cask strength Knob Creek. Now, if you haven't seen my video on the 123, go back and watch it. That thing is phenomenal. The 126 is just as good. And shout out to Bowie, man, because I finally have a Larceny A125. Now, I will say this. The Larceny A125 is good, drinks super hot, like fire. Me and Bowie were talking about it. This is a pick from the Virginia ABC. It comes in at 128.3 proof. Honestly, don't get mad at me. I think it's better. Now, Larceny has been doing their thing. They have been doing their thing for the last year. But that one right there, it is very flavorful, but drinks super hot. Anyway, back to the 1792. So, got it home, cracked it open, waited a little bit because it was early when I picked it up from Steve, and cracked it open. And, you know, like I said, I always have my own thoughts. Good or bad, I tell you guys, I have my own thoughts, but I won't get into them until we, you know, get further into the video. But cracked it open, and let's put it this way, I was pleased. I was very pleased. All right, let's get into the nose of this thing. The nose actually doesn't offer a lot. So the nose is almost like a grape juice. It's very light. It's almost like a grape juice, where the Thomas S. More, the legs ran thin, the nose was just, actually, I believe the nose was actually pretty decent on Thomas S. More. I gotta go back and watch the video. I know I released it a few days ago, but either way, I don't always watch my videos. But the nose on this so far is light. It's almost like a light grape juice. Maybe a touch of black pepper. Like some charred, like almost like a little bit of charred wood in the background. Like not super heavy, but like just in the background. A little light raisin, almost like a, yeah, I was about to say like a golden raisin, but no, this is more like the normal raisins. I am screaming from the rooftop, go and buy our new pick. The Pour Decisions, we have a new Cedar Ridge pick out. You guys really love the Westford pick. So what we did was, we can never make our minds up. There were 2 barrels that we love the nose on one, we love the palate on the other, and we had Cedar Ridge for the first time ever combined 2 barrels. You guys need to go out and get this pick. The link will be in the comments. Just all in all, lightly sweet, but decent and good nose. All right, let's get into the palate. So the cognac finish really comes through on the palate. It's actually very good. It's very sweet. I am picking up that oak in this, like the cognac cask. So the Thomas S. More says that those are finished between 2 and 4 years in a cognac cask. They don't tell you how long this is finished in the cognac cask for. It does come in quite a few proof points higher than Thomas S. More, where this one is 95 proof. The Thomas S. More, I want to say, was somewhere lower, like 93 something. Yeah, 93.4. So this is only, well, not quite a few proof points higher. Actually, that's not much at all. 1.6, but this one comes off as a little more oilier than the Thomas S. More. That Thomas S. More, it was super thin. The legs ran thin, and you guys know me, I don't talk about legs a lot on a bourbon, but the legs ran thin. It was almost like when all of the bourbon like just kind of fell in the glass, there was like this mistiness. This one actually is a pretty decent coating on the glass. It's a little more oilier than the Thomas S. More, but I'm not gonna call it oily on the palate. Let's get back into the palate one more time. Yeah. Second sip, more of the 1792 comes out. You get more of that clove pop that 1792 has. You get that char in the background. You still get that cognac influence on the palate. It's almost like there's some Welch's grape juice on the palate, and it's almost like the purple grape juice and the white grape juice. Like it's a little bit of both. It's very good, very sweet. All right, back into the nose one more time before we get into the breakdown. Still that grapiness, that light grapiness is on the nose. A little bit of that black pepper. And that's pretty much it. All right, so we'll go ahead and get into the breakdown. We know that 1792 released a port finished a few years ago. I didn't know anything about it. Listening to Jason C, he talked about it. So come to find out, those things are super hard to find because they were super rare. I don't think these are going to be as rare. Now, they are coming out with a extended cast finish line for the 1792, I believe. Now, don't quote me on this. I believe the reason why that's coming out is because the Thomas S. More line is going away. Now, the new ones will have a straight up and down gold label. They will have like Pinot Noir, rum, and something else. I can't remember what it was. Why they didn't release this one under that, I don't know. Maybe they felt like the cognac finish was either decent enough or to get a little bit of, I guess, traffic headed their way, because once they release something like this, and if it's good, people are gonna go ahead and go crazy over the gold band ones. So maybe that's why they did the cognac and put it out by itself. I don't know. I really don't. That would make sense to me. Anyway, let's get back to the breakdown. Is it worth the chase? Because the port finish was very limited. I don't think this is going to be super limited like the port finish. Don't quote me on that, but I am going to say it's not worth the chase, but it is good. It's worth picking up. And the reason why is because it is not knocking my socks off. Like it is not wowing me. It is a very enjoyable pour, but it is not wowing me. Is it worth retail? At $37.99, I think this one was at Nix of Clinton for $39.99. I would definitely pay that. I think it's worth retail all day long. Would I give this to a new bourbon drinker? So, question being, who is it for? I would definitely give this to a new bourbon drinker. I think an intermediate bourbon drinker would find this enjoyable. I also think that someone on my level, which is more of an experienced bourbon drinker who doesn't mind proof, would also be able to appreciate this. I don't think it comes off as bland. I am actually, as I'm talking, like picking up, like, when you open a fresh box of raisins, like that is what I am like, I don't know. It's like coming out of the throat, through the mouth, and like through the nostrils. Like that is what I am almost smelling. Will it always be on the bar? So as you see, I was lucky enough to get two. I found it that enjoyable that day when I got it home and cracked it later on that night, that I was like, if I can find another one at a decent price, I'll go ahead and pick one up just to have on the shelf. So you see that I have a second bottle. Will it always be on the bar? The answer to that question is going to be yes, I do like it. And I think it is a good whiskey to have over for people who aren't necessarily into finished things and people who are new into bourbon who want something a little sweeter, where bourbon can be a little rough, tough in your face at times. And I think this would be a great gateway. So with that being said, let the whiskey flow. Never run out unless you head into a drop. Till next time.